Greetings, guys! So today, I already filmed a video for today because I'm wearing the same outfit. I'm too lazy to change. But today I'm going to be doing another story time, and this is 2 story times in one because they are not that big and like amazing for their own video. By the way, I talk with my hands a lot. Like, I do a lot of like stuff like that. So this story time, this 2-in-1, both stories are going to be about the 2 like more exciting, I guess, times that I have bruised my tailbone. So if you guys don't know, the tailbone is basically like between your butt and your like back, and if you fall on it, it hurts really bad and you won't be able to like sit for weeks, or sitting will just hurt really bad. You won't really like, walking will hurt, laying down will hurt, bending over will hurt, everything will hurt. So be careful. This first one is the first time that I did it, where I had not really any idea after I like bruised it. Like, I had no real idea of what had happened to me, like what I had bruised. So this was the night, it was almost the 4th of July in our neighborhood, or our like city. There's a park that they have fireworks, so we of course went. Oh, by the way, this happened like 4 years ago, I think. So we just went, obviously. And all that day, I had been like obsessed with doing gymnastics and trying to learn an aerial, which, if you didn't know, an aerial is like a no hands cartwheel, and I am so stupid. I cannot do stuff like that. So I was like practicing hurdles, which, if you didn't know, hurdle is when you like jump up and you have your arms in the sky and like one knee up, so like, and then you bounce and you can like get into a cartwheel or something like that with it. So basically that's what a hurdle is. At this park that we went to, there was the big grassy area with like the playground equipment and like the swings, and then there's like a sidewalk type thing in between. Not a sidewalk at all. That's where you park. There's a little building where like the bathrooms are, and then next to the building is a basketball court. My neighbors love basketball, so we were standing over there after the fireworks were done playing basketball. Or, well, not really playing basketball because they didn't have a ball. And before I finished that, we had walked there, but my grandma was also there. So we had one car there, and like one car there. So we basically had to walk home because my dad and my grandma. But if we like wanted to ride in the car, we could fit 5 other people in the car, but we didn't really want to before this happened. They were playing basketball, and I had already practiced trying to do a hurdle in like the grassy area, because if you fall there, it doesn't really hurt that bad. Oh my god. It was a little bit wet because it had rained the night before, so we were kind of scared that we like wouldn't be able to do the fireworks, things like that, and just this whole other thing to say. So my brother, our neighbors, and my other neighbors, just my brother and our neighbors, they were playing basketball, and I was just standing there because I like to be like with them, like a part of like what they're doing. Like, you guys get what I mean. And I was like, hey, maybe I can just practice a hurdle. I did the hurdle. I slipped, I flew up, and I banged down on the basketball court. Obviously, I fell right on my tailbone. It hurt so bad. Like, when it first happens, it hurts so bad, and it hurts a little bit worse like the days after, when you're actually doing things. And so my neighbors obviously saw me fall, and one of them, like, they helped me up, and they were like, Frankie, are you okay? And I was like, I think I'm fine. It's just my butt really hurts. I don't know what it is, but it just really hurts. So I went over by my mom, and I told her what happened, and she was like, oh my god, that's crazy. I was obviously in a lot of pain. So, yeah. She told me that it was probably my tailbone, and I knew that it was my tailbone, because then she told me where the tailbone was, and it was right like here, and right here was exactly where it hurt, and I knew I had bruised it, and I knew I had bruised it bad. Obviously, I was supposed to walk home But me and one of my neighbors, the one that is like pretty close to my age, he's just 2 years younger than me. He rode with me, my dad, and my grandma to or back to my house, and it hurt so bad. I like went to bed pretty early that night because it hurt so bad, and I could not like do anything without being in complete pain for like weeks, months. It was about like, how long was it? It was about like, oh God, this is hard to explain. It was like 9 or 10 months before it felt completely better, before I could do like everything I could do before without feeling any pain. I couldn't do like dance, I had to sit out of gym, I had to I couldn't run, I couldn't like take really long walks because it would start hurting. Laying down would hurt, so I had to like, I found like a perfect way to lay that it like wouldn't hurt. But then my cat would obviously walk on me and it would hurt. I couldn't really sit unless I had like a pillow or something like behind it, and still it hurt. Like my brother, of course, being my brother, he spanked me once and it hurt so bad. Moral of that story, be careful when doing hurdles on wet basketball courts. Or just don't do it. This next one happened last year when I was stupid once again. So this started in the morning. I got up at my usual time. I got dressed, and I think I was actually up a little bit late. I don't know. But I got up, got dressed, I ate, I got my backpack on, and I realized that I still had a little bit of time. So what I did was I realized I was forgetting a lot of stuff. So I was looking for everything, and then literally on the clock, it was like the time, of course, that my bus was supposed to be coming, but I looked outside and my bus wasn't there. And then I saw my neighbors who live like, so I'm sitting and there's my window, and out my window I can see my neighbor's house, and then out their window obviously you can see their house. And so there's like the road obviously, and my bus stop was across the street from my neighbor's house. So I have other neighbors that can like see when the bus is coming, so they were walking out. And I saw them walking out. And so, oh my God, what I did. This happened in the morning for school, and it was about like January, February, or March, one of those, when like, I think it was either February or March, it might have even been April, but there was like still some snow, like a little bit of snow on the ground, but like ice. That was when it started getting bad, like ice everywhere, and like it was obviously like freezing cold all the time. I grabbed my backpack and I ran. The people on my bus stop were like, Frankie, don't run. And I ran, and there was a big patch of ice. My mom was even telling me not to run. And I slipped, I slid, and I banged my tailbone once again. When my mom was talking about it, she said, like, I am super skinny, so I don't have, like, this is weird, I don't have, like, a nice big butt to, like, fall on. It's very small. I'm very small everywhere. And so, obviously, oh my God, I was in so much pain because it was ice. It was hard floor. It wasn't like a smooth basketball court like that one was. Basketball courts aren't really smooth. But I was in so much pain. So what I did was I walked in. I wasn't crying. I swear to God, I wasn't crying until I cried a little bit afterwards. So my mom told me that she would take me to school when she took my brother to school. So that was like at like 8 or something, so I missed the first part of my first hour class because we have like block scheduling. So like your first class, you're in a class for 2 hours, like the first and second hour, but that's your first block. You guys know what I mean. But I laid on the couch and I watched something, and it sort of started to feel a little bit better, but not really. So my mom took me to school, and my brother was like, why is she here? And I was like, I bruised my tailbone once again. I noticed I had like a big cut on my hand. I had a big cut like right here on my thumb. My elbow was scratched because I wasn't wearing a coat 'cause I'm stupid. But it hurt so bad again, I couldn't sit. Or like, no, I could like sit, you know, but it would just hurt. I couldn't do really much before it started like not hurting at all for like 8 or 9 months. I had to sit out of dance once again. I had to sit out of gym. No running, no really like long walking. Had to find my special way to lay. I needed to like sit in a special way. I couldn't sit on like hard things. I couldn't sit on the floor. Oh my god, it was awful. And this was like the winter time, so like it snowed again, so I like couldn't go sledding, or I couldn't like do really much fun winter stuff because of my tailbone. I ain't even mad. So just be careful if you're doing anything that could hurt your tailbone, because it hurts like heck. Like this video if you have bruised your tailbone before, and comment in the comment section how. I'll throw in the third time that I bruised my tailbone, which was in between the first and the second time. I was in the shower and I picked up my foot, but like behind, so like this, like trying to, this is so hard, like this, and I like lost my balance and I slipped in this tiny shower, which is at my mom's friend's work's like lake house place. So you have to shower before you go inside after you swim, because it would ruin the water and your hair would turn green. So you have to shower, and I was like doing that obviously in the shower because I'm stupid, and I slipped completely and I hit my tailbone again, like once again. This one was not that bad, so I was able to like do things without it hurting in like 4 or 5 months. On a scale of 1 to 10, the first one hurt an 8. The third one, the ice one, hurt an 11. Because I am like a whole different scale. And the second one hurt about like a 6 or 7. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, like this video if you love story times, because I sure do, and if you want to see any more of them. Bye guys.